So, hello everybody. My name's Wayne Riley from All-Knightz, as you know. It says it on the t-shirt. And guess where I am? I am in... You tell us where we are, because I don't think people are going to believe me.
We're in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, that's right. We're in Kingston, Jamaica, right in the city, the art of Kingston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there was some choice commentary I got from some people about exactly where. But, you know, we made it work.
We're not going to talk about that. The point is we're in Jamaica and we're making this happen, and that's what's good about it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, this is my good friend. Introduce yourself. Tell people who you are.
So, hi guys, Ricardo, chairman, event organizer at Animecom, the president of Jamaica Cosplay Club, and yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the beginning about how me and you found each other. So I was cruising Instagram, checking for artists in Jamaica, because I've been trying to link up with artists in Jamaica for a long time, and then I come across you, and you've got a comic convention that happens actually in Jamaica, and I was interested in coming. However, it was during July, which is high season, but that wouldn't have stopped me. I would have come, but the only thing that stopped me from coming was when COVID come.
Yeah.
Smack COVID drop, everything was
like
dead. Legit.
So, you know, that's basically what happened. But we stayed in contact on WhatsApp.
Yep.
And I said to myself, one day I have to meet you, because my family's from St. Thomas. I live in London. You're in Jamaica.
But you can leave out the little virtual con. Remember, we still had our little virtual con, and you and your entire team.
Well, but it ain't the same, you know. It's good that we made the connection. It's good that we had a talk, right? But you know, getting to have the full convention experience in person is a completely different scenario.
It's not really the same. But
I was looking for that footage, but I couldn't find it, because we had that on. It was Zoom, wasn't it? Or was it?
I still have the footage.
Oh,
I can link it to
I didn't know you had it. See, thank you. So we got that as well. But our friend Jadian Comics, he was involved in a conversation as well. But, you know, big up him. But yeah, I was looking for that footage, but I couldn't get hold of it. And I thought, but I wanted to meet you face to face anyway.
Yeah, man. That's
so, next question. Before we move on, tell us about yourself too, because you haven't introduced the young lady as well properly.
Yes, well, my name is Rhea Rampier, aka Silver Neko. I'm a local content creator and TV personality. Okay. Right? I stream on YouTube, Trovo, Twitch, and also with the local gaming group, the Valkyries of Arcadia. Okay. I serve as one of the communications and PR reps for Animecom, and I've been here since 2019. Okay.
Yeah. So you're originally from
No, I'm from Jamaica, born and raised in Jamaica, grew up here, and I got introduced to cosplay here, joined the cosplay scene literally a decade ago, and basically did competitions, made all of my costumes, over a dozen costumes over the years. Right. And I entered the first Animecom Jamaica Cosplay Championship back in the day, and I decided eventually to join the team, so here we are.
Okay. She's been a very valuable member, asset to our team. She contributed a lot, and I mean, with where we at now, persons like Rhea and the rest of the guys, I mean, you have Michaela, Shanique. Oh my God, Shanique is
the dream team.
Yeah,
essentially.
Okay,
the dream team.
So in total, how many of you are there, do you think? Because I know how this works. Some you have a set of numbers, but some people are there, but they're not there all the time, so they're kind of like on the.
So the way you want to know.
We have the core. We have the core executives.
So how many core would you say there are?
How much else again? There's myself.
5 or 6 core people.
Rhea, Shanique, Michaela. Then you have Brenton. Spider.
Yeah, he's in.
So let's just say within 10.
Within 10 for the core.
7.
6 or 7 is like where we're at for the core group.
I know. Then you have one of our members in Canada, actually, Sasha.
Yes. That's one of our international reps.
She has been a very good, valuable part of our team.
How ironic is it? My grandfather lives in Canada, Mississauga. That's on my mother's side. But I do have a cousin who's Jamaican, and her name is Sashay. That's why when you said that, I was like, no way, you know my cousin as well.
You see, Jamaicans are everywhere in the world. I've come to understand this.
Yeah.
But it's such
Okay. So now let's go into it now with the comic industry. Like, one of the issues I'm having with comics in London is everything's moved digital now. Like everything.
Yeah.
But the problem with moving digital is how do you really make money from it? I mean, I know there's apps you can stream, but let's be honest, you're not making money from that. It's the same as when you're selling music. You make money from selling records or CDs or whatever. But when you download, it just kind of removes that tangible object. So therefore, you're not making as much money. That's the problem I have in London. Whereas Jamaica's a bit different. But I can imagine how hard must it be here? Because I haven't seen anyone with a comic book in Jamaica, I'll be honest. And I've been Montego Bay, Ochi, I've been everywhere and I haven't seen it
I
once.
can tell you, there isn't a bookstore that is per se, that actually have comic.
That is
At
dedicated
this
to
time.
comics
I
at the very
mean,
least.
a few years
Yeah.
ago, they were hot. But fast forward more than a decade now, no comic.
Really?
But I can tell you, during our time, we have basically, in a sense, kind of bring back that hype. So
Right.
we create a platform, so
Right.
to speak. And at our convention in the summer, I can tell you, if you bring a box of comic, within hours, they're gonna gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like that little...
Yeah, it's basically Animecom is the hub for everything fandom based, everything arts, film, anything like that.
Especially
So
Jamaican.
that's one of the reasons why we also have special prices for local artists that want to showcase their work, so that they can literally they can be completely unknown, but if their work is good and they bring some good products, it'll be gone in 2 hours.
Okay.
That's how fast,
try to-
because we always have about a couple thousand attendees every year. So this is the place to be for people to come in and out, and that's how businesses are made, and then that's how it gets into the more commercial markets, like
Yeah.
into pharmacies, into all the various places where people will buy these things, whether it's bookstores. Yeah.
I kind of get the feeling that you're in Jamaica generally. You're the forerunners because I couldn't see anyone else in Jamaica doing it.
Honestly, I mean, not to, hype of ourselves, but yes, you actually got that right.
From where I was, because remember I'm from London. I'm not. I don't live here, so looking outside in, it would really seem that you guys are the ones that are doing it. Because like I said, I did look.
I think it's a matter of scale in terms of PR, because people are doing it.
Yeah,
It's just whether or not word is getting out, right? And I think we are at least one of the biggest driving forces getting word out there that, hey, these are these artists that are here doing these works.
Yeah.
These are the ones that you can go to. We are the place to go. We are the people to come to show you where to go, essentially. Right?
And that's legitimately, I mean, we're not the first.
Yeah, definitely not.
Definitely not the first.
Definitely
We're
not.
far from being the first. I mean, we may be the third. Yeah. I think we're the third.
Yeah.
But we're not the first. But what we do is we leave an impact. We make an impact and we leave such an impact that it's lasting.
Yes.
So if you should go in any part of Jamaica or wherever and you find someone who know about the community and ask who are, the lead, they will basically direct
Yes.
to.
I believe, honestly, my apologies for cutting you, that our goal as an organization, as much as we love the anime, we love the cosplay, is really to highlight local artisans, local works. So whether you're into cosplay, whether you're into animation, all that, it's basically to highlight local talent.
Yes.
Right? And showcase it in a way that can be also shown to the world, which is what we're doing now. We're making the connections, which is awesome, right?
Yep.
And so far, as much as we're not the first, we're one of the biggest on social media pushing local artisans in a very organic way, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is going to be my next question, because obviously you've got comic book artistry and then you've got animation. Very two different things, two different ways of making artwork and what have you. Is it like everyone's dotted around the island? Is there a community where, outside of yourself, have these artists been linking up with each other themselves? Because for comics, for example, as you know, one person will do the drawing, one person will do the color, another person will do, maybe the lettering. Yeah. But in some cases, someone tries to do all of it. But as someone that's done artwork, I know how fatiguing that's not even a word. I know how much creative fatigue that can create. So the artists link up with each other and work with each other like that. Like how you got music, you got a producer, you've got a vocalist.
It depends on how big the project is, honestly.
I think,
Even independent projects, like it might say, for example, you draw and I do color. Do people do that?
I think that's what actually happens because you have Miguel Dratis and then you have what's his name, Henry Grandison, Maroon Black. These guys, they're not the one. They probably have someone who would do the story. I know in Henry's case, his wife, may God rest her soul, would do the story, and he would have done the art and thing. I don't quite remember Miguel.
There are more than two, more than likely, but from my recollection, there are two big art schools right now in Jamaica that cater to animation. Whether it's Edna Manley School of the Edna Manley College, which is literally an art school that encompasses all sorts of different things, including performing arts, and also CARIMAC, which is is it communication and media?
Yeah. What's that name again?
CARIMAC.
I think that's the one my father told me about.
Right. So they have an animation degree program and everything. I'm actually doing their digital media program right now. Right. So animation, anybody who's doing animation, they would likely be in that space. They'll either be there or they'll be at UTech. And so that's where they come from. And if anything, a lot of the projects are probably coming out of their, I guess, educational pursuits.
Right.
Because a lot of the issues in terms of getting projects off the ground in Jamaica is funding.
Yeah,
it's really funding and whether people are willing to work. I know this is a universal problem. I'm well aware that this is a universal problem.
I was gonna say,
but it's even worse. It's even worse here because I mean, at this point, people want to live. People want to survive, and the day to day is already so taxing as it is. So if a project does get out, it's just like damn. Good stuff, right?
It's almost like you need money from outside sources, maybe.
Yeah.
Which draws me to my other point, because this is one of the main points I wanted to say that I want to hit people, not only in Britain, but Jamaica especially. So, and I don't mind sharing numbers. When it comes to, say, comic books, one page to draw, just one page of the comic book, just the drawing, just the pencils and paper, that can cost you anything from $50 US to maybe $200 US, depending who you go to. Obviously, when you get into the more bigger artists, that's like on the level of, I don't know, Jim Lee or something, then that's going to be a lot more. But let's just keep it between 50 US, 200 US per page. Okay?
Yeah.
I want the Jamaicans to follow me on this, because there's a reason for this. There's 28 pages in a comic book typically. So let's just say $100 US. 28 times $100 is $2,800 US.
Like, dude, the average Jamaican don't even make that per month.
Right.
Exactly. And who said the only people that might pay that is corporate?
But guess what? No, but here's the joke. I have been paying that. This is what I've been trying to say. I've been paying artists in America, in Italy, in Indonesia, like loads of artists for years. Because I've produced comics before. Ironically, I haven't actually got any right here, which is frustrating, but I'll show you the pictures on the tablet. Everyone else has seen it. And it's like, I've been doing that for years. Like, there's untold artists. I've got an artist called Dodi Eka. He's in Indonesia. I won't say how much his rate is because that's a bit unfair, but I've been paying him a significant amount. Same with another artist I've got called David Tinto. He's in Italy again. And these are people I've been paying per page. These artists are good, but my family's from St. Thomas and I've been looking for artists in Jamaica. I could be giving this money to a Jamaican artist, but it's finding them and then it's them understanding the kind of the long term of doing it. Because I even had this conversation with a printer in Montego Bay. I tried to tell him what I'm trying to do in terms of like, getting an artist in Jamaica or artists and say, look, I could just be sending this money to you and you email me the pages and that's it. You could make that money. You don't even have to leave your house.
There's so many of them out here. They're actually, a number of them.
It's really just networking. It's just making the link.
Thing.
That's it.
That is it. You have, oh my God, these people name this because I don't really keep it connected. But I know a lot of them here. And they're either on Fiverr. They're these.
Forget Fiverr. No.
These. No. That's what I'm telling you. That's where they have to be trying to hustle their little bread and butter.
Yeah.
Because they can't really make the connection, as you said yourself, looking for connection. They can't really make these connections.
Yeah.
So you as an artist, you have your 9 to 5 type of thing, right? because your artwork never go on with none, I mean, you never get the work, the commissions and what have you. So you have to be constantly doing your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 not pay you nothing. So you have to basically have your artwork, but that's basically like a side hustle. When
Yes,
you could
art has
legitimately,
become a side hustle. Unless you're fortunate enough to get a job or to get gigs like that, it's really a side hustle. It's
Yeah.
a lot of side hustle here.
yeah, and
So-
that's in most places, that's people's career. That's
Yeah.
legitimately their work.
But look what you said also. You said that at your event, when they've got the actual book there, it will sell off.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've sold thousands of the comics that we do. There's Hardwired, there's Night Soul, there's Lamia. There's quite a few projects that we've done in the past, and we've sold out like over a period of time. So once I know that could be done, that means, okay, I can make this money back. So I can just be funneling this back in, paying a Jamaican artist, make things better for artists generally. And in that way, they could be making money independently and not necessarily having to always go through the system, because I know
Yeah.
how that can be. Or you could do both.
Yeah.
But again, I'm really trying to make that connection. So any artist that's watching this now, you know, you should really reach out to these guys or myself or whoever. And it's not just me, by the way. I'm just saying this is what I do. There's
Yeah,
other
yeah.
artists. There's even artists in America that would do the same thing. There's writers in America that they're always looking for artists. You could negotiate prices for pages. And then, you know, you could be the artist that's in Jamaica that's doing the artwork. And, you know, you might just be someone that draws. You might be someone that specializes in doing the color work. You know, and then
Yeah, some really good artists here. More time I just so feel it for these guys. You know, the whole as them said, Jacques said, the world not level, the playing field is
Yeah.
not level. These guys have so much talent, but the opportunity is just so lacking. I mean,
Yeah.
when you talk about guys like Gash Wayne and Asher and all of these
Oh yeah, Asher is
people,
amazing.
I mean,
I'm gonna need pictures and names of all these people.
When I look,
No, not now. I mean, send it to me so I can put it on. Because when you say it, I
yeah,
want it to come on the
yeah,
screen, so
When you look at the work of these guys, I mean, you say like, are these guys from Japan or somewhere?
Yeah.
They are. I mean, some of them legitimately go away to do them study, whether in Japan, Canada, wherever they go away, because you know there was like Kingston or
Yeah,
some
the
other
big
program,
animation conference, yeah.
who give them like prizes or whatever, the opportunity to go away and further their studies and, you know,
Okay.
legitimize them thing in such a way to basically get more exposure and more connection. But
yeah.
I think
honestly, there's a disconnect somewhat to
yeah.
me.
There is.
That's
There
all
is.
I
I think one of the things that especially artists, or I guess generally now people need to have the mindset of, is to have a global mindset,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
We are living in a global economy, and especially because Jamaica is kind of limited in certain ways, especially in certain payment structures and all of that, it is always crucial to think globally and to seek out global opportunities. So
And that's going to be
Yeah.
another question. So, in regards to payments, because what a lot of artists on my side of the pond and even America, what they do, they tend to use PayPal a lot. But I know PayPal doesn't necessarily work in Jamaica as well. But the thing is,
I mean, again,
yeah, I mean,
legitimately,
yeah,
it's just that with people, you know, it's hell to get your money.
well, it's hefty fees to go through for us, because unlike American accounts where you can
Send
just
it to
withdraw
your
to a
bank
bank account,
same with us.
or
yeah.
use a PayPal card.
Yeah.
For PayPal, you're gonna have to go through a third party app to withdraw it to get it here.
Or if you have
Right.
some family member in
Yeah.
one of these countries, or friend, you can just send it to them. I
Yeah.
mean, which they don't know the fee still have to come out anyway.
Yes.
A bunch of PayPal fee. Send it to them and then they just
Yes, it's like
MoneyGram
forward it and
or
forward.
send it to
Yeah.
your account or whatever.
MoneyGram and Western Union, I'm guessing.
What's
Yes.
anyway. Or they send it directly to your bank account. They can actually
Yeah.
do that.
The point is, though, there are different methods people use, because I've used Western Union before for a Nigerian artist because they didn't have PayPal over there, or he wasn't using it anyway. The artist I was using, his name's called Toby Eziogu, and it's funny because Lagos, they've got their own comic book scene over there.
Yeah,
as well.
I know,
Yeah.
I know Lagos and India. I know because I actually follow a couple of those
Yeah.
comic page from within these.
I know a few of them, so too many names to mention, but big them up as well. So what I'm basically trying to say to the Jamaican people is that there are ways that once you set up like an email and maybe even a Dropbox account, you don't have to get the full account that you pay for. You can just set up a normal Dropbox account, and then you've got files that you got a way to put your artwork in files that you can send to your artists that's hiring you or what have you. It's just straightforward, and you say, right, I've done the artwork. Here's a preview with my watermark. the person likes it, they just send you the money Western Union, and then you work on the next page, and then you just keep going. And then before you know it, you're going Western Union maybe every week to pick up money per page, but guess what? It's not like you're just picking up money, you're doing work. And you could even do that and have a job as well, and then you're going to live nice. That's what I think anyway.
I know, as I said, I know quite a bit of the guys, they're actually doing these commissions, because every now and then, if you follow their, pages and stuff, you will see them put when they're open for commission or when they're closed and all of these things. And them have different model of payment that they utilize, because they don't know Jamaica. We're kind of resourceful. We don't make very kind of stop with. So even if the red tape there, we are going to kind of put our little grey tape on it.
We're going to find a way. We're going to find a way. I'm not saying we're going to do illegal things, but we're going to find a way.
I found a way. I found a way.
Exactly.
Right.
Because, I mean, like I said, this is probably going to be one of the first videos I put up. The setup will be different when I'm back home. But because I travelled, I could only bring a certain amount of resources. I bought the camera, my backdrop. So, we just make it work, really.
Yeah.
So now, what would you say in terms of what you're doing with the comic convention that you do? What were your aims for the next, say, 5 years? Like, what would your goals be? You specifically. I'll get to you in a second, but you specifically.
5 years time, I'm actually looking one.
Okay, one.
Within say, next year, we're trying to get, say, for instance, arena. Where we're at currently.
National arena, yes.
Is basically, last year we outgrew that space, but we're using it back this year just
because the pandemic took
it's
you
like
back.
every year we pick a venue, it's as if we outgrow it immediately.
Yeah, literally.
What, in terms of capacity?
Yes.
The place become too small, too clustered, too everything. I mean, when you say, for instance, we chose, say, CBA last year.
Yes.
So
that's a massive auditorium.
Massive auditorium to have so many different levels.
So 3 badminton courts worth or so in terms of size.
Yeah.
And an upstairs balcony.
Upstairs and then downstairs.
And it was still rammed.
Then you have the entire outside basketball court and this little play grass area, I mean, and then when it's on the day at the event, when you see all the place is, oh my God.
Absolutely
people
right.
Honestly, people were like, I mean, the time was not a lot of ventilation, like the fan system and all of that. I don't know, in a Jamaica with sun. People actually, unfortunately, fainted and, stuff like that. That's how packed the place was.
That happened to me once.
Yeah.
Well, that is something to think about for any big event, honestly. So I think in terms of where we want to be, National Arena is where we want to.
So just so everyone knows, where is National Arena? So
it's at independent spot. That's where Jamaica have its stadium, arena, the whole.
Our the bigger
complex.
Sporting facilities or stadium infrastructure that can hold large capacity.
So everyone knows, that actual area that it's in.
It's basically what's the place name? Tom Avenue area.
Yeah.
Little bit from Up Parkham. That's the JDF army thingy.
Because a lot of people that haven't been Jamaica,
if
it doesn't say Kingston or Span, they don't know.
Yeah,
well, it's in Kingston. We can guarantee that. And it's not like it's close enough to once you get off of the airport in Kingston, it's very much straightforward.
In fact, they have a legit road that run from the airport that's
straight through there.
So it's right where that famous Bob Marley statue is in Kingston. I mean,
and statues of all of our runners and everything. That's where they all are. Statue. So it's a destination, quote unquote. So, at least if you're going to an event.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's where Mass Camp is at.
So the next one that you're having, July, right?
Yeah, July.
What's the date exactly?
July the 29th
and the 30th. Yeah.
The 29th and the 30th. So that's obviously Saturday and a Sunday.
Yes.
And that one, the location for that one is going to be...
It's going to be at CBA.
In Kingston as well.
CBA in Kingston.
Right, so that's the Chinese Benevolent Association, and that's beside Jamaica College.
Yeah. Right.
In the Hope Road, Ligony area. So that's Kingston 6.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So any one of my viewers that's going to be in Jamaica, July, that period of time, you just heard the details there. Yeah. Pass through, see what it's like. If you got young children to come and see the comic book scene in Jamaica, you never know. So just make use of it. Because when I tell people that there's a comic kind of community in Jamaica, people don't believe me. So that's why I wanted to kind of have this interview with you, so that you can see for yourself other people can see for themselves, like, no, I wasn't making it up.
Yeah, man, there's a huge fandom community here in Jamaica. I mean, comic, anime, oh my god, anime, manga, even K-pop.
K-pop community.
It's a growing phenomenon.
It's a growing scene, and it's just once people know that it's out there, they're gonna go.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right? They're gonna go.
And that's the thing people don't understand with comic and thing. You have to actually try create a community. Because I mean, you can always draw and have your thing put up in books.
But you gotta put it out there.
If you're not
You know?
constantly, I mean,
You gotta reach out. You gotta put it out there,
Yeah.
because if you don't put it out there, ain't nobody gonna know.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
like you're doing a bunch, you have a big budget, you know, for market and promotion and all these. Every minute a flash by your face in a TVJ. Buy this comic like back in the days. No, that's not the case.
You have to build your
Build
audience,
us-
build your community, because
Yeah.
I mean the hype will only last so long. right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Build a community and thing. Trust me, I think that would work. At least that's our method of basically what we are doing. Create communities. In fact, JCC is known for creating communities. So
Yeah.
we basically, all the fandom community we basically are somewhat the leaders of those community and
Yeah.
thing, from anime, comic, K-pop, gaming, all of them. We
Right.
legitimately are one of the persons at the
Yeah.
forefront.
We spread the word,
Yeah.
essentially. We bring the people together and we spread the word.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more confident about the future now that I'm spoken to you, because like I said, after this video, the conversations we're gonna have moving forward, like I'm like, okay, cool, I've got this project, and I know there's some artists in Jamaica. Put them in contact with me. You know, we'll work something out, and it's like, okay, this is the artist I use for this, and then I can be like, right, I know another writer, they need this, and
Yeah.
then hook them up, and then before you know it, we're funneling, you know, money and artists together
Yeah,
to start
man.
making projects. And it might even be a thing where we're sitting on certain projects that's already finished, but we just haven't brought them out because we're thinking
Yeah.
of a new market employer. You never know, someone might want to get behind it and be like, you know what, I'll invest in this because the work's already done. And then after that, it's just a case of collecting royalties afterwards or sales. A comic might get adapted into a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
man.
could change a lot
But
of
the thing
people's
is,
lives.
Jamaica
so.
has such a vibrant, such a
Very creative society.
interesting.
I'd say.
I'm really
Very
talking
creative.
about the stories that
Oh
we
yeah, there
have.
is so much
Yeah.
to tell.
I mean, literally,
So much to
that
tell.
is why people flock Jamaica and literally go every nook and cranny because
Yeah,
the
people wanna
story
see.
them will literally, I tell you now. So you go England and you just tell a little story about Jamaica and thing. A man a go a white man, a brown man, a Indian man a go want to come to Jamaica just for experience, because you don't know how we Jamaican we tell a story. You don't know how we as Jamaicans how we, tell a story really. We, put so much emphasis and exaggeration and all of that little
Yeah, we have a
you
unique way of
so even if the
storytelling,
story boring, we are go
For some
just
reason,
by how
it's
we
interesting.
tell
For
it.
some reason, us going to the supermarket to shop
Yeah,
to
yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
sounds like a battle with the gods for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for some strange, I don't know, we should be able, have content on Netflix. Everywhere. But we don't have nothing really.
But it's not. I know what you mean. But for some reason, the way that you are, the culture gets through everyone else somehow. Like there's little mannerisms that people have, the slang they use. You can tell they got it from listening to either the music or watching comedy
Yep.
in Jamaica or watching some influencer
Yep.
on Instagram that's Jamaican or a comedian or something.
Me tell you, the average movie you watch on Netflix or any one of these things, you have to find some elements of Jamaican. Alright, I don't know if you're taking even the movie made on your country over there, here, over your Queen. That, what's his name? It just, the other day, Netflix something, a couple of years now, it's
Yeah.
a series and thing. The amount of influence Jamaica alone having at that day series there. I know Jamaica is a huge thing there in England, but the
Very.
amount of content in that thing, you could see Jamaica almost every other episode in it.
The culture carries over
Yes.
Yeah.
quite well.
And if these big guys can able to, take aspect, there are a lot of
The
countries in
culture
the
has
world.
value. It's just whether or not people are, people can put it out there.
That's how the culture
There's
is,
a lot
because
of countries
even the
in
music
world.
culture in the UK,
I tell you.
we've got like not. I don't want to talk too much about music, but just an example. Like we've
Yeah.
got two artists in England. They're rappers slash drill slash whatever. But like, there's one called Sneakbo, maybe some of you know, but he's Nigerian to my knowledge. And there's another one called Abracadabra, he's Nigerian. But they both talk enough Jamaican twang in their song. So that we're just used to it. They make it sounds good, we still like it. But it's ironic that they're not Jamaican, but because it's an accepting culture, we don't necessarily feel a way about it. But whereas there's other artists that's like Stylo G, for example, who I'm sure you're familiar with. It's like he's a UK artist but Jamaican, and it's like I don't necessarily feel he gets the shine for just being Jamaican because he just is. You know, it's like he's we'd expect that from him. But someone that's not Jamaican, they can do it and they just get accepted because it's just a very inviting culture. It seems.
Yeah.
It's like
there's appropriation and appreciation, right?
Yeah.
It's just how you do it.
I think Jamaicans are just happy for you to be there.
Yep, and that is why it is always the trending little place. I mean, for some strange reason, go on TikTok, wherever it's Jamaica.
There's definitely some dance going around on TikTok.
Dance, okay, see, as some beef with 80, as something, because it's just an inviting culture, and as creators, as content creators, and whether it be comic, animation, I mean, Jamaica should be there. Jamaica should have stuff on Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max.
I think we'll get there eventually.
I think we're laying the foundation right now, right?
Yeah,
laying the foundation for the infrastructure to be put in place for people to then be able to do that.
So
right.
So this is how I envision things now. Like maybe, and this is me just kind of putting it out there. Obviously, your event will grow and you'll keep outgrowing the venues. And then maybe you'll start having more than one a year as well. Yeah. And then there'll be other people imitating because that will happen. I guarantee.
There's like 3 or 4 anime groups doing events anyways. So I'm glad there's a scene in general.
I'm more talking about
in terms of like the same scale.
No, what I mean is because you're Jamaican, but what I fear will happen because it's happened to our friends in Nigeria. You'll have an event that's very grassroots. It's growing. It's doing good. People are liking it, and people are loving the culture. But then another person comes on that isn't from here.
That wants to buy it out.
Not even buy it out. They'll make their own, but they'll use, and then go on like say they started it. Yeah. This happened because remember I mentioned in the Lagos Comic Con, they've got the Lagos Comic Con and then another one called the Africa Comic Con came along.
I think
I saw that
was
actually.
Was it in South Africa?
Yes, I know.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw it, I got
I
vexed.
think it's Reed Pop is doing
Reed Pop.
And I saw the many TikToks that came from that event.
I looked at the names and the faces. I've never been in Nigeria yet, and like I got vexed because I'm like, where did you come from? You just come out of nowhere, and I know they're gonna do it here.
Well, as soon as they find out there's money to be made, they're gonna come and set up shop. That's all.
The thing is, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but what I do have a problem with is the fact that it's almost like they've gone outside. And then they come in.
It's like a takeover.
And then how many local artists are eating off of that? That's what I'm thinking. And me personally, I'm not trying to sound like Tony Montana or anything, but when you do them things, you have to get tax. You see, for example, how you can come and meet me here, and it's cool. Yeah, I'm here. It's cool. When they do that, I don't think it should be that. You have to pay something. I don't think it's fair.
And legitimately, that's their mission. That's their mandate. That's what they set out to do. Look at
you build it, and then they'll just come and take the market.
Yeah, black people make it cool, and then they make it expensive.
If you should follow their, their thing, you will see either they go and acquire your thing, or them say, oh, let's dominate this space because they have all the resource. I mean, beforehand, they never see it fit. Yeah,
they can drop a couple $million on the event.
They never saw it fit for anything. But boom, because they see you as a small person growing and building a community or what have you, they decide to come in now and boom, either them buy you up or them come and, dominate the entire space with thing there. Because them and say, oh, there's a valley there. I mean, they actually look at the place and they went, oh, there's no valley there. But because them saw what you and your team actually is doing on the ground, it now occurred to them, oh, there's a valley there. We can tie, Jamaica is a very touristy place. We can tie comic anime and convention
yeah.
with this is how it is.
Yeah.
And that's literally how they actually do their thing. You go and I tell you, go and Google them, these people right now, and you will see the amount. They are the biggest, the main culprit of doing this. They go around the different countries
Colonizing.
Yes, it's colonization all over again.
Creative colonization.
Which makes me segue into two subjects finally before we edge off. What's your thoughts on NFTs? Like, what's your feelings on it? Because I know you must have some kind of feeling. I've got mine. I'm not trying to sway your opinion. I want to know what you genuinely think.
You know,
the man behind the camera's kissing his tea and alright, cool.
Cameraman. you know, honestly.
Wait. Before you say something, just say what you think. Just say it.
I'm completely out of this one. You guys do your thing.
That says a lot already. Okay, go ahead.
You know, honestly, I believe there's a place for it, but it will not take over from what do you call it? Traditional, or am I mixing up with the AI art?
We're gonna get to that.
It's a different ballgame.
I know the NFT
I'm talking about
is
the
basically
NFTs.
basically in a way you can resell, because like your signature is now on that art and you are now able to monetize it over and over and
Yeah, the
over.
blockchain.
But you pay in like with the crypto basically or that kind of money. So, but I mean, I tell you right now, I like sugarcane. I can't take no NFT money for go buy me a bag juice or sugarcane right now. So I don't even know why people are talking about it. You know.
I mean, it just have its place. It's not
The
like
NFT
it's going to
space
dominate.
blew up and then we don't know where it is now.
It's literally going to be like the crypto, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the crypto. Just have its little space where it gets its little hype and a little segment of people, you know, trying to push it, you know, like how you have
Like
them.
the fine art industry has its own sector.
Yeah, but on the
and then you got people that launder their money with art and
Yes.
yeah,
It's probably, and this is no insult to any NFT artist either. It's probably that type, like, you know, it's its own thing and it operates like that.
Yeah.
I just find that people that have tried to sell the concept of NFT art to me, that a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, why don't you get into NFTs?" But they don't actually know what they're talking about when they say it. And then my thing is, it's like, if you can't even sell your art in the real world, don't convince me that your NFT money, that for me, NFT money, like that's like Grand Theft Auto money. That's what it's like to me. Like it's not real.
And then there's also the environmental implications about running blockchain systems in of itself, which is the main problem that people have with it.
And then
it's just in a way a simple process that has been made a bit complicated. That's how I see it. I mean, if it's not readily, easily accessible by the masses,
exactly.
To me, it's not. It's just gonna have its little niche.
It's gonna be risky.
It's gonna be
a niche, and it's gonna be risky.
It's gonna be for the people that accept crypto as something as valuable.
Yeah,
but to the average person, no, because in a way, it's almost like games. How games kind of got ruined with like in-game transactions. It's like before, when you would play a game. And you're playing, I don't know, Call of Duty or Halo or something. When they've got all the body armor, you know they played this game for time. They're good at it.
You know if they have the cat girl skin, that they've been playing this game for an excessive amount of time.
But now it's just you can just go in the game, just buy it. So it's almost taken the fun out of it, so to speak, and it's just become so transactional. It's not about the game, and I feel that if they bring NFTs. Well, it's not really going anywhere now anyway, but if it went to where they wanted it to, I think it would kind of spoil the art industry a bit more, like to the point where people take it even less seriously than some people are taking it now. Now, AI art now.
Yeah,
that one is out of pocket. That one's entirely out of pocket.
That one.
I'm still getting my head around it because I'll be honest with you, I don't like the idea, especially the fact that it's taken different people's styles as well, and obviously. Someone's been developing their style for years.
But honestly, no, this is where, to me, and I know a lot of persons don't look at it from this angle, this is where NFT is a bit important. But with a bit of tweak to NFT art thing. But this is where NFT, because imagine you now tie whatever thing to your AI art, NFT AI art thing. any AI system that generate that, because remember how
It's gonna
AI
have the same
works,
signature and then it can be traced back
generated
to the
and
person.
then
Okay.
thing there. So you there creating something, even if it's just a little version, them not tweak it, what them, how AI work, them kind of tweak it here and there or whatever, or them just use the same thing. It's your thing. So the NFT, I think honestly, it should work in tandem with AI art. Take with some of the little technicality from off of the AI, the NFT, and put that to
Yeah.
your something there, your art, and then let that, the AI art thing become something. No, that would be a market, because now you would have the AI art thing generating these things for persons, which in turn would equal more sales for you.
Right.
Or for a thing.
Yeah.
That's how I'm just looking at it. And if that could happen, it would be a win.
I'm open to it. I mean, I didn't like the concept of AI art for a number of reasons. Mostly it was just because I didn't like the fact that people that haven't mastered their craft could just jump on and call themselves artists, but all you're doing is just typing in prompts.
Yeah.
That bothers me. But
As it is
I think
now,
there's
it's
a
just
place for it, but it just regulation is key.
yeah,
Because AI art or any AI system that generates AI art, it has to have an input. Which means you're putting in other artists' work, other artists'
Exactly.
styles to then generate that. So that is where copyright and IP is getting in the way now.
Yep.
Right? If you'd say maybe an ethical way to use it is if use an AI that is trained by somebody who has consented to use in certain art pieces, right? Then that's where it could come in. But if there is no regulation, no protection of IP and copyright, I don't think it can work.
yeah.
Yeah.
As is now, it's not really gonna go. The AI art, I think it's more like a promotional, like an introduction to themselves. Oh yes, AI art is on the scene now.
Yeah, it's
It's
good
a
for
thing
concept
now.
art maybe, but
Yeah.
when you
Like
when you've
the
got an idea or
concepts
something.
and stuff like that.
But
But
to
it's-
legitimately put it in, say you're a creator of comic and you just set a bomb, do your little thing and typing up in the AI art to create some characters and things. Now that's where
Yeah.
the line is drawn. Things become fuzzy, and to me, that's where a system kind of like NTF should
NFTs, yeah.
basically come in. So you as an artist, you have your catalog of NTF thingy out there.
So use the
and a
NFTs
person-
to ID it essentially.
Yeah.
As
Okay,
a way to
I'm
protect
with you,
it.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
essentially.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
That would, to me, would be a system that, because people are gonna realize, them don't want it. They don't know people not too like talk to other people, because them feel them are gonna get other creators. Artists. Them feel they might get a prize. So
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm on the fence sometimes, but
Yeah.
I could tell my man behind the cameras. Speaking my man, say something. What do you feel of the AI art thing? Speak loud. We can hear you. So.
Alright, so all I can say in terms of the AI art, it does kind of have its own problems. Like, I do remember a couple months back in terms of both the art subreddit and some sections of 4chan. Don't worry about that section. They've had problems where moderators quite literally don't trust certain artists because they can't tell the difference between the AI art and the artist's actual art. I actually remember a tweet where an artist actually posted a very good art, but he got banned from that subreddit because
I think I saw that as well.
Yes,
Because they thought it was AI,
they
but
thought
he
it was
actually
AI,
didn't.
and it was completely unjustified. He even proved the process and everything, but once again, trying to get through with people's heads.
And that's
with
why
the entire AI art.
regulation of these tools is important.
This is why I like doing time lapse videos.
Yeah.
Because you can't style on me like that. It's like if you're,
Yeah.
it's like if you're a rapper like, say, Drake. I'm not trying to diss Drake, but
yeah.
he doesn't write his rhymes.
Yeah,
But if you're a
that's
battle rapper and you can spit on site right there and then,
funny
you can't
enough,
tell me
last
nothing.
time
And I can draw.
thing.
You know. So yeah, that's what I think. But I think with the AI art thing, I would like it if it could help with the animation process.
Yes,
to
it's
do
definitely
like
good as a
in
tool.
betweens.
Yeah.
If they could work a way to get AI art to assist us with the in betweens of doing keyframe animation, I'm for that all day. That would save so much time, and you'd see a tsunami of like animated projects coming out because of how easier it is. And to be quite honest, even in other countries, whether it's Korea or Japan or wherever, the animators are overworked. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, that's facts.
A lot, like they work
Absolute
14,
facts.
16 hour days. They don't
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of money. And I had a discussion with one of my friends about this, and she said, "Yeah, but it's not so bad because over here we work doing animation, and you know it's different in terms of like they don't work us like that in London." But I said to my friend, "Can we be honest? We're not talking about animation for stuff like Peppa Pig and them things.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
We're talk like we want the real thing, like Dragon Ball Z, like the proper
Okay,
fast animation.
Fast,
We're not
some-
talking like cutaway animation. We're
And the-
talking high quality
And the
keyframe.
graphics are well up there. Like,
Yeah, and that's what they're doing in these countries where they're, you know, doing the thing where committing suicide because they're overworked, they're stressed.
Exactly.
Yep.
Then they're underappreciated, and I don't think that animators get the respect they deserve because of that. We just, you know, you'll just see a animation and you'll just take it for granted, like, oh yeah, I'll watch it, and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
But all those animations on Netflix, someone really,
See
It
the
takes time.
detail.
you get certain
It takes
marks on
time.
your hand because of how much you're drawing, and your wrist starts hurting, and
Yep.
that's why you sometimes have people having to have the stress ball thing to kind of exercise their
Yeah.
muscles.
Sure, you don't get carpal.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the reason
Yeah.
why fans can be so hard on the animation studios when they don't live up to the standard
Yeah.
of the artist now.
Yeah,
Because if you look on certain content, especially in the anime community, the artists, their work is like a god tier. Like when you see the details of certain like cityscape or you know certain type of attack move, and you see the detail, like One Punch Man for instance.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you see Murata draw his thing, it's like crazy detail. Oh, you as a little basic anime student is going to be able to adapt that. So the owners, they call it investors,
Yeah.
and the fans will appreciate that when they animate it.
Yeah.
Season
Yeah.
2, that's why kind of.
Well, yeah, but we also have to think about the deadlines they're given that may
Yes.
not necessarily be conducive to the work that they're
Exactly.
given. That's the
So
problem.
even
you know?
more.
And it doesn't really help the factor that some of these studios actually take on multiple productions, like
Mappa.
Mappa, Madhouse Studios, and
Madhouse.
David Productions. Those studios, especially David Productions, for this year, I believe, took on so many animes. I actually have to wonder if they actually have to.
Are they
outsource
paying
some
them?
of this.
Are they getting sleep? That's the question.
Someone's getting underpaid because I remember
Somebody.
I remember Madhouse because they did the, I think it's Wolverine versus Hulk and the Hulk versus Thor cartoon. It was like short, but I think it was Madhouse Studios that did that. And what some of these studios do as well, they might get hired by a TV company to produce a show,
Yeah.
but then they'll subcontract some of the workload to another animation studio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's Madhouse doing it, there's another studio that did maybe, I don't know.
That's why.
Certain
Yeah,
scenes or
just
what have you.
a certain step of the process.
Because they can't make the
a certain
deadline.
section.
Can't keep up
Yeah.
with all of this.
And that is why the guys in Korea has become such a huge thing now. So it's not only Japanese there. The guys in Korea, South Korea, has become such a huge animation thing. In fact, their entire creative and what you call it? Film, comic, manga, animation industry has grown so big now, so much in the last few years because they get a lot of work from Japan and other thing there.
Yeah.
Because
they produce
don't
quality
know
work.
Japan.
Right.
Yeah, Japan is basically overworked the people them over there.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of stuff they are producing. So it just spill over to Korea and
One last thing as well. You mentioned K-pop before.
Mm-hmm.
I keep seeing the term. I'll be real. Maybe it's weird that I'm going to admit this on camera. I don't even. What is K-pop? Just give. Oh right, so I'm not going crazy then.
No, he's just biased.
Because
He's just biased.
There's no bias to it. It's just straight up.
I kept seeing it, but I didn't know what it was, so I just stayed quiet because you know, like when you're in the class, you don't want to be the person that asks a question and looks stupid. So, but I'm asking now, and now that you've said it that you don't know, I feel better now. So, can you just tell me what is K-pop?
Okay, so K-pop in of itself is Korean pop. So it's music that is in Korean it's Korean music, but it's pop style, so whether that's hip hop, anything like that, but it's a whole idol based industry. Right? So it's based on girl groups and boy groups and having this very perfect and polished image. right?
And the K, I'm guessing, stands for
Korean.
Right.
Right. And there's people, and so idols can be anywhere from Korean to any sort of Asian idols, and also people from the West that come over and they perform. They have all sorts of different skills and they do modeling and everything. So basically, they have an entire industry dedicated to training entertainment professionals who are good looking, and they go into the industry and make, hey, good looking.
Listen, that's subjective.
All right. Yeah, subjective, but have an ideal image, right? To some,
Ideal.
right? And they train and they debut as idols for at least 7 years and promote music.
Okay.
So in short, in essence, it's really a glamorization
Yes, it's
of
a big commercial
American
industry.
pop or
Yeah.
British pop or Jamaican pop. It's really the glamorization.
Okay.
Basically, it's packaged very well, and you have very
Yeah.
talented individuals behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm just old, but back in my day, I remember shit like Pussycat Dolls, Backstreet Boys.
Yes, and the thing
Exactly.
is that,
Basically,
and they all
those
take
are what
inspiration
inspired
from
them.
groups back then. It's just
Those are what
packaged and
exactly.
done for now.
Okay.
That's
So
what's happened. That's why the resurgence of
It's-
groups and all of that is back. That's why Little Mix is still around.
I remember
right?
back then how persons were crazy over these groups.
Mm-hmm.
And sing Backstreet Boys, Pussycat, all of these groups from these places. Even in Jamaica, you have TOK.
They have just brought that 90s concept back in a modern way.
Yeah.
And done
Okay.
it well.
Glamorize it.
And done it
I feel-
well.
I feel-
That's what it is.
I feel better now. I feel a bit old, but I feel better. So thank you for elaborating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as per usual, you don't know them have them Jamaican collaboration. And you don't know everybody.
I wish
There's
I
a
had
lot
some
of people
fun in
behind,
Jamaica.
whether it's that they collaborate with artists across the world, but there are a
Yeah, but they don't
lot
know
of
Jamaica
people, a lot of black
unite.
people behind the scenes as well that
I
are working
wish I
with
never
them.
asked now.
So-
that you said that. Okay.
Sometimes people gotta check groups and say, hey, this might not, probably shouldn't be doing this or whatever. But yeah, it's a complicated industry, but it's a very, very commercialized, and it's obviously doing very well globally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So finally, I want everyone to be able to find you. So obviously, I'm going to put the socials on the screen and everything, but tell them now.
Yeah.
So what's your Instagram, your YouTube, or whatever? Like, let them know exactly where they can find you. I want to make sure this video goes around. All my other comic book friends, I want them to share it. So this is your chance. I want everyone to know who you are by the end of this. And every single person, artist, writer that follows me that I know of, I want them to know who you are. So give them all your details.
All right, so you can find us at Animecomfest on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So basically, Animecomfest everywhere. www.animecomfest.com.
Got a website too.
Yeah, website, everything. So you can find us all of these medium. And as I said before, I'm Ricardo, chairman of Animecom committee, creative director, and my teammate.
Yes, and I'm Silver Neko, aka Rhea Rampere, aka Silver Neko. I stream on all sorts of different platforms, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. And you can find me at Silver_Neko on Instagram, Facebook, all over. So if you're interested in any cosplay, gaming, or dance content, I am the person to come to.
Okay.
So
you already know who I am, Wayne Riley, All-Knightz.com. I mean, you're on the very channel right now. So, but anyway, and also the memorabilia, the website's in the background. So I've got mugs, t-shirts, everything. So it's all there. You know about the comics that we do and the animation that I've done. And so you never know. Hopefully, All-Knightz will expand into Jamaica, and then
I'd love to see it.
It'll happen. It'll happen eventually. We've made the connection now. So anyone else that's watching this, if you're interested in what these guys are doing, give them a follow. Ask me questions. I'll put you in contact, and let's just grow this community beyond Jamaica and so forth.
Yep.
And not just Jamaica
Your
as well.
support, guys.
The other Caribbean islands as well, like everywhere. I really want a thing where, because I've got a grandson now, like I really want a thing where our children and our grandchildren see this scene grow in a way that they know they can do this where they're at. They don't have to think, oh, I need to go to America to go here. I need to go here. Actually, you can just start here and chat to this person, and you can do it right where you're at. By all means, go those places to visit, but I don't want anyone to think they can't do it just because of their location.
Yeah.
Whether you're in downtown Kingston or whether you're in, I don't know, Barbados or America, the United Kingdom, wherever, you can do this. So
Yeah.
Anyway, it was great having you guys, and let's see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and thanks, man.
Yep.
Such an honor.
We made it
Finally.
work.
Finally,
We made it work.
We did after all.
I got
Yes.
a flow chip just so I could get hold of you. I've got you on WhatsApp and everything.
After all, man.
Yeah, so
Sweet,
you know,
man.
I'll be coming back to Jamaica again. I'm trying to make sure I come here like maybe twice, 3 times a year, and then, you know, I'm gonna make use of it. It's not just a holiday where I'm out partying.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
family. I got to make it productive. That's how I am. If I do one thing, I try to get like several things done at the same time.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
maybe it's just the Jamaican in me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming. And,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
and
that's
thank
it.
you so much for the interview, man.
Yes, thank
Really
you so much for the
appreciate it.
opportunity.
You kind of
Hope
interviewed
we
me as
can
well.
get some.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you
we
know
can
what?
make
This
some
is
more.
just equivalent exchange right now.
Yeah, hopefully we can make some more connection with, you know,
Okay.
your community over there in London and thing. But it's such an honor.
I don't know. Cool.